In this video we are going to talk about what are macros and how do I count them. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. There is a plethora of diet regimens available in the field of weight loss. Some of it is effective. Some of them don't. You can keep track of your calories. Alternatively, there are points. Alternatively, carbohydrates. You can also keep track of macros, which are one of the most measurable parts. Macros, often known as flexible dieting, are all the rage these days, but is it a proven way to live a healthy lifestyle? Here's how macro counting works. What is a macro? First, isn't it critical to know what you're counting? The term macro refers to a macronutrient. What exactly is a macronutrient? Protein, carbohydrates, and fats are the three types of nutrients you consume the most and which give you the majority of your energy. When you count your macros, you're keeping track of how many grams of protein, carbs, or fat you're consuming. Why do people count macros? Keeping track of your macros can assist you in making sensible, nutritious meal choices, or planning to make them. It's akin to tracking calories or points, but it goes a step farther in terms of ideology. How to count macros. If you want to start tracking macros, you'll need to figure out what your target macronutrient ratio is, or how much of your daily calories will come from carbs, protein, and fat. Consider it a customized pie chart that takes into account your body's energy requirements, weight loss goals, and overall wellness. Here's a step-by-step guide on how to do it. Step 1. Determine your daily calorie requirement. When you exercise, your body does more than merely burn calories. In fact, the bulk of your energy is spent supporting important physiological processes that keep your organs operating, explains WW's head of nutrition and wellness, Jacqueline London, MS, RD, CDN. You'll need to do some math to figure out your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE, which takes into account both values: how much energy you use at rest, and how much energy you consume during physical activity. Step 2. Factor in your weight goal. The total daily energy expenditure, TDEE, is the amount of energy required by your body to maintain its weight. When you expend more energy than you ingest, you lose weight. If you're trying to lose weight by counting macros, keep the following in mind. Long-term success, according to public health guidelines, requires a slow, constant weight loss of roughly 1 to 2 pounds per week. According to the 2015 to 2020 dietary guidelines for Americans, a daily calorie deficit of 500 calories, in other words, your TDEE minus 500, is required to lose 1 pound each week. Before beginning any new eating program, speak with a doctor or nutritionist for tailored advice on how to develop realistic and healthy weight loss goals. Step 3. Figure out your ideal macronutrient ratio. After you've estimated your daily calorie need, you'll need to figure out what percentage of those calories should come from each of the 3 macronutrient groups. In the world of nutrition, there is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all recommendation. It's tailored to your specific requirements, taking into consideration your lifestyle, eating choices, drugs you may be taking, previous medical history, and even life stage, London explains. For most healthy adults, AMDR, the trio of acceptable macronutrient distribution ranges is a good place to start. According to the National Academy of Sciences, these are the macronutrient ranges that have been linked to a lower risk of chronic diseases. The AMDR for an adult is: carbohydrates account for 45 to 65% of total calories. Fat accounts for 20 to 35% of total calories. Protein accounts for 10 to 35% of total calorie intake. London emphasizes that they are only guidelines. She recommends consulting with a qualified dietitian or your healthcare professional to build a customized plan if you have a health condition or other health-related issues. People who are recovering from surgery, for example, may need more protein than normal. People with diabetes, on the other hand, may need to pay more attention to their carbohydrate intake. Step 4. Plug those values into a macronutrient calculator. You're ready to figure out how many grams of each macronutrient to strive for each day once you know your daily calorie goal and target percentages of carbs, fat, and protein. Based on a 2,000 calorie diet with 50% carbs, 25% protein, and 25% fat. Here's how you'd calculate your macros. Carbohydrates, for calories per gram. 1000 calories of carbs per day equals half of 2000 calories. 1000 divided by 4 equals 250 g of carbohydrates per day. Proteins, for calories per gram. 500 calories per day of protein equals 25% of 2000 calories. 500 divided by 4 equals 125 g protein per day. Carbohydrates, calories per gram, 9. 500 calories per day of fat equals 25% of 2000 calories. 500 divided by 9 equals 56 g of fat per day. Step 5. Start tracking macros. You'll need to keep track of everything you eat to count macros. You can use a diary, a note on your smartphone, a document on your computer, or an app as your technique. Once you've decided on a medium, keep track of how many grams of carbs, proteins, and fats you consume at each meal and snack. What do you think about our video? Please let us know in the comments area below. If you enjoyed this video and would want to hear from me again, please subscribe and turn on the notification before leaving. Thank you for watching us.